In Canada, we're used to having to endure long, harsh winters. To make it through these months, we need to find some activities that help pass the time.
Being blessed with many snow-capped peaks and frozen lakes, we have a wide variety of winter sports to enjoy.
Growing up with ski patrolling parents, Ottawa's Shelby Travers has been enjoying the slopes since a very young age. We join her now on a ski run with her guides.
Go right, left, right, left, right, left.
I've been downhill skiing since I was around 3 or 4 years old, right when my mom had me on those straps going down the hill. So that would make it just over 20 years. Definitely was a big transition to skiing with sight for, 10 years up until I was 14, to then transitioning to skiing with limited sight and having to put my trust into a ski guide. But I'm really grateful that this is something that exists because I can't imagine my life without skiing.
Carolyn Mitro is the president of the Ottawa Ski Hawks.
This is an opportunity for people who have visual impairments to get out on the snow and enjoy the fresh air and actually experience the sport with the support of guides and the help of others.
Carolyn has been volunteering with this group for 31 years. Another volunteer with the program is very important to me, guide Steve Walsh.
All right, here we go. I've been with the program for, I think, about 8 years now. And it's been very rewarding. Met lots of really interesting and neat people. Last year I was working with a lot of very beginner skiers, so I spent a lot of time sort of, strategizing with them how to learn how to ride on their boards. And so now I'm switching back to a skier that can ski very well. And it becomes a challenge to learn how that person skis. As you get to know them, then it becomes quite easy. Left, 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 right, left, right.
It's a big trust exercise. The experience of me being guided by someone is really overwhelming at first into trying to have to put yourself in the trust of someone that you have just met for a moment, or even someone you've met for a long time. You get used to it after a while, as I am a guide dog user after all, but at first it's definitely something to get used to.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Off to your right, right, right.
So the guide skis behind me. With the Ottawa Ski Hawks, they actually use two guides. One that's directly behind me, and this person calls my turns like left, right, and I have to follow their instructions and their direction. And then the person behind that is just kind of a blocker to make sure that no one goes directly in my way and just keeps things safe.
Left, right. I try to focus on Shelby and where she's going, but you do have to consider everything all around you. You have to consider the terrain that you're on. You have to consider the type of terrain, if it's icy, if it's snowy, if there's moguls. You have to consider if there's people racing alongside of you. You have to also consider if you're starting to come around a certain area where you're going to have to make a big turn. How do you communicate with her about whether we make like a sort of a quick turn or a hard turn? Right, left, right. Left, right. It can be challenging, but it can also be very fun.
And if we continue to ski together for the season, what is one goal you would like to see me achieve?
I'd like to see you to sort of gain your independence on the hill. As much as I can be there to help guide you, you can help guide me, right? And then I get to learn how you know how to ski. Good.
That was better.
That was good. That was nice and smooth.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting for me to get to know you so that then you can feed me some of that information. And then I hope to learn from you as well so that I can share that with other people that I go to.
I think the hill is my happy place because there's just so much fun going on and I love the rush. It's just so soothing. There's so many sounds that I can enjoy, like the crunch of the snow, hearing the sound of the chairlift, and just carving my whole body in. Like I use all my energy and I can think of the most time that I am the most exhausted, the best sleeps I have are after a long day of skiing.
Back in the lodge, my guides and I celebrate.
Well guys, we made it through another night without dying, so I'd say that's an accomplishment.
It is, sure is, wowie.
Yeah, thank you guys so much once again for coming out with me. I wouldn't be able to do this without you.
Very welcome.
Yeah,
Lots
cheers.
of fun. Cheers.
It is great that there are programs like the Ottawa Ski Hawks that allow people in the blind community to have equal opportunity to enjoy the slopes.
Agreed. I've only been on skis once in my life, but if I ever get the opportunity again, having a group like the Ski Hawks around to assist would be marvelous.